Now, we do want to let you know here, we're stationed at the command center where Jessica's friends and family have been set up for this week, hoping for her safe return. When everyone learned that the glasses had been discovered, there was a palpable sense of concern. You saw some embraces, some soft exchanges here going on. There is a lot of concern tonight about what this latest clue means. We spoke with Jessica's grandmother earlier tonight, and she tells us that police do continue to track down all of the tips and leads they're getting.
We realize they're inundated with tips. They're working around the clock, and they keep us informed as best they can, and we know there's a lot of things they can't tell us, but we're just hopeful this will lead to her.
Now, as you can imagine, as this case has unfolded, if you've been following it online through some social media networks, you realize there is a lot of information coming around. There's a lot of bad information. There's a lot of confusion out there. 24-Hour News 8's Leon Hendricks spent the day today sorting through some of that for us tonight, and he joins us live from police headquarters. Leon?
Brian, a lot of that confusion centers around this question of what is a person of interest. They brought in a number of people for questioning, including one particular case where it got a lot of attention because of a traffic stop. But police are quick to point out that they've received hundreds of tips, and just because they're talking to someone does not mean that they are involved in the case. And I do want to tell you a little bit about what's happening right now here. You can see this brown truck behind me. This is actually some of the loved ones of Jessica Heeringa. We saw her fiance get out of that car. He quickly went in to try and talk with authorities. He seemed as though he was inquiring about information. He had to pick up the phone and call someone inside in order to get some help with that. But still, lots of questions on an investigation that, because of the complex nature of this case and because of how much information is out there, it's becoming very much confusing for a lot of people. It's the 6th day that Jessica Heeringa's family has gone without seeing her, and another day that investigators have tracked down dozens of leads, some that have made headlines, but many others that have not. One traffic stop in particular drew a lot of attention, but police say it's just one part of a huge investigation. They're questioning the man like they have with many others.
We are still questioning him. He is cooperating with the investigators and providing the information.
But some have implied that this development is bigger than many others, the chief says. But he says not only is that false, it's hurtful in a situation that's already bad enough.
They hear the media reports about, we found something or we're talking to somebody, and it gets their hopes up.
Persons of interest being talked to should not be taken as breaks in the case, the chief says.
I think we probably have 500 persons of interest, if you will. There's a lot of names that we've been given. Every name is a person of interest to us because for some reason, somebody took an interest in them and gave that name to us.
And despite reports that prompt temporary hope or sometimes panic,
then they're back to reality in the fact that Jessica's still not home.
And that's what's so difficult about this situation, is it continues to evolve and continues to prompt questions. And as with any major investigation, there are sometimes those leads that seem like the big break in the case that aren't necessarily so. So still lots of questions. Police have been using this as a command post. I know investigators and from multiple departments are actually inside right now. They've been putting their minds together, of course, trying to bring a resolution to this case, which can be, of course, a difficult task as we've now seen it go on for 6 days. Reporting live in Norton Shores, Leon Hendricks, 24-Hour News 8.